Denise Fox's return to EastEnders after a mental health stint triggers major confrontations. Despite receiving treatment, Denise conceals her role in a murder. She confronts her circle, distances herself from Stacey for infidelity, and faces ultimatums from her husband. Meanwhile, Love Island's Amy Hart reveals a BAFTA-nominated EastEnders storyline. A bizarre editing blunder involving Elaine's leg prompts fan speculation. EastEnders airs major confrontations for Denise Fox in early BBC iPlayer release. This article includes descriptions of mental health trauma that some readers may find upsetting. EastEnders aired dramatic scenes for Denise Fox as she returned to Walford after a stay in a mental institution. The BBC One soap saw the beloved character back on Albert Square after her psychotic episode last month, which culminated in her being sectioned after Stacey Slater called mental health services. Despite receiving treatment for her psychotic episode, Denise remained tight-lipped to the authorities and her family about the real cause of her mental decline, covering up killer Linda Carter's murder of Keanu Taylor and that she was the one who almost killed Nish Panesar, and her signature ED necklace was buried with Keanu's body beneath the cafe. After having received messages from her loving eldest daughter Chelsea Fox about how missed she was, Denise discharged herself and was back home in Thursday's episode and immediately summoned the remaining members of the Six, not including the still-absent Sharon Watts, to a meeting in the Queen Vic. While the rest of the ladies expressed their pleasure at Denise's recovery, she was, rightfully, very clear that she had felt abandoned and uncared for by all of them, prompting a prickly response from Suki Panesar and Kathy Cotton to plead for no arguing. Denise then made clear why she summoned them. She didn't say anything and she never will, but she also doesn't want to have the women in her life any more than necessary for her mental health and happiness. Advice was also delivered by Denise, imploring Linda to focus on her children, encouraging Suki to finally seize happiness with soulmate Eve Onwin, and remarking that Kathy should be cared for by her kids and grandchildren. However, despite Stacey's protestations that they shared a grandchild, Denise remained determined to cut Stacey out of her life as much as possible after her cheating with Denise's husband Jack Branning. Of course, unbeknown to Denise, it wasn't a one-off and the pair only recently concluded their adulterous affair. Returning home, Denise was delighted to be reunited with Amy Mitchell, and before having an emotional conversation with Jack, who begged her for answers and apologized for how he had failed her as a husband. However, Jack questioned Denise on some issues with the Six stories about Christmas. If Denise hit Nish as Stacey revealed to him, then why would Keanu have fled Walford and why were his fingerprints on the champagne bottle? Branning detective skills finally working. Denise then boldly revealed that she only struck Nish so violently because of her marital troubles with Jack and claimed she was thinking about Jack when she hit Nish, citing his emotional blackmail of her over Christmas. Jack then tearfully professed his love for Denise, "Make your mind up, mate," and revealed that she intends to stay with him, prompting Jack to try and get Denise to confess to whatever else she is hiding to protect her future and his career. Yet, as Jack pressed for more answers, an upset Denise delivered him an ultimatum: drop the case or lose her and their family. Will Jack really back down now? It seems that next week, Jack's prying helps to bring Denise and Stacey back together as allies, and they plan a Branning-Slater family barbecue together. The event leads to Stacey feeling guilty about her past behavior, and despite encouraging Denise to fight for her marriage, she shares a tender goodbye kiss with Jack in the garden, only to be caught out by Stacey's returned ex-husband Martin Fowler. As Stacey confesses all to Martin, will he remain quiet? Love Island's Amy Hart shares EastEnders moment that narrowly missed BAFTA nom. The star is on the jury for BAFTA's Memorable Moment Award. Love Island star Amy Hart has revealed the EastEnders moment that narrowly missed a nomination for BAFTA's Memorable Moment Award. The reality star is part of the jury that picked this year's nominees for the TV award, being a brand ambassador for P&O Cruises, which sponsors the category. The 6 finalists were revealed today, with David Beckham's famous of Working Class, Teas of Victoria in Beckham, Doctor Who's Ncuti Gatwa reveal, and Happy Valley's final showdown between Catherine Cawood and Tommy Leroy's shortlisted. Baldur's Gate 3 leads the BAFTA Games Awards 2024 nominations. Also among the nominees are Logan Roy's death in Succession, Bill and Frank's episode from The Last of Us, and the piano's performance from 13-year-old Lucy. Speaking exclusively to Digital Spy, Amy revealed that she championed EastEnders' The Six storyline, which saw a mysterious death teased early last year before a big reveal at Christmas. "I can tell you one that, if I wasn't picking one of the 6 nominated, I could tell you my top TV moment that's not in this 6. And that is the 6 in EastEnders, she said. I was actually obsessed last year and I really pleaded my case around that table for it to be included. And it did get quite far, but it didn't quite make the top 6.10 huge EastEnders spoilers for next week. I just think the flash forward, the trailing it all year. I've never spoken to my brother so much than I did in the week leading up to Christmas, Amy continued. And the fact that it didn't get leaked and the fact that nobody knew who it was going to be and we all thought that the person on the floor was going to be the person that was dead and then it wasn't. The star also suggested that the BBC soap is in its Renaissance era, while praising the 6 central actresses for all turning up to the NTAs wearing their colors, with red carpet outfits matching the color scheme of their characters' clothes in the pivotal scenes. It was just absolute perfection from every angle, Amy added. Voting is now open for the P&O Cruises Memorable Moment Award, presented as part of the BAFTA TV Awards. The BAFTA TV Awards take place on Sunday, May 12. Legs 11 EastEnders fans do a double take as they spot something very wrong with Elaine's leg in editing blunder. Fans were left with tasking if the scene was real or if it had been edited. EastEnders fans have been left baffled by Elaine Peacock's impressively bendy leg on the show. Viewers have been left questioning if the scenes had been digitally manipulated as a result of the unusual shape her leg took during a poignant scene on the show. There was widespread discussion if the show had fallen foul to yet another editing blunder or if actress Harriet Thorpe just had an incredibly impressive leg. During the emotional scene, first broadcast on Monday, Elaine listened in intently as George Knight spoke to his daughters about the identity scandal that had rocked the family in recent weeks. George, who is adopted, discovered that he had been lied to about his Jamaican heritage and that he was in fact of a West African origin. He also discovered just exactly who his real father was and the horror circumstances that surrounded his death at the hands of his adoptive father. Since then, he has been attempting to understand even more about his true identity and has undertook a DNA test in order to find out more. Despite the emotionally charged scene, it was Elaine's leg that stole the show. As she sat down, her leg extended out as she crossed them over. Elaine's foot then rested completely on its side and almost appeared disjointed from her leg as it sprawled across the floor. It further appeared twisted as fans were left in a frenzy over the unique positioning. Flocking online to comment on the baffling scene, one fan simply exclaimed, "Elaine's leg." Someone else went on to add, "NGL, I had to do a double take." A third shared their concern to write, "What's happened to her leg here?" Others poked fun at Princess Kate's recent photo editing blunder that has caused a storm across the globe. The Princess of Wales admitted to editing a family photo after it was pulled by many photo agencies over concerns that it had been digitally altered. EastEnders fans were left remarking jokingly that Kate had been editing the scene on the soap with one penning. Is Kate Middleton the effects editor for EastEnders now? Visit our EastEnders page for the latest gossip. Find all EastEnders spoilers here. Another questioned, "What in the Kate Middleton is going on?" Before someone else said, "She's been Kate Middleton." Please subscribe our channel.